just checking. Okay. So I had two comments. Hi guys. Two comments about my last video saying, oh gosh, my self-concept is in the gutter, like I'm just going through it right now. Or like one person said their concept of themselves fell apart. And I just wanted to say that no matter how long you've been doing this like work on yourself with self-concept, even if you think you've come to a place where you are good, like you've changed your life considerably, right? Like I know that my life looks totally different than it did 10 and 15 years ago. I started self-concept work like about 10 years ago. So and that was actually after I found law of attraction. Like a lot of people, I found law of attraction first and got kind of mixed up and it didn't actually help me get out of bad situations, right? It's like actually not that helpful. Like I almost think of it like a fair weather friend, right? Like if you know what a fair weather friend is, it's like a friend who's there just when times are good. And for law of attraction, that's kind of how I felt about it. It was like as long as my life was going well, it was okay because it was focusing on positivity. But as soon as there was something volatile or extreme, or I had like created something big and problematic, like just focusing on good stuff and being positive and happy all the time didn't solve the problem, if you know what I mean. So it was like law of attraction worked to a certain degree, but I still felt stuck, right? So anyway, when I found law of assumption, I was getting on my self-concept and all that, and that's when I turned things around drastically. But what I wanted to say to those people who are going through it right now with self-concept and they're feeling like they're getting challenged a lot is that you will get challenged even if you feel like you've made major progress, because it's gonna be kind of, even though it gets easier, it's gonna be a lifelong journey. Sometimes you're going to get parts of your old self-concept rearing their ugly head to, kind of not that they're trying to take you down, but they're trying to keep you safe, right? We always talk about the subconscious mind as recording your beliefs and your life, well, not your beliefs, but your life experiences to create beliefs to keep you safe, right? So it's not like it's trying to take you down or you're like against it, but it's more that it's literally trying to help you, even though you don't really want that help, because it's just trying to hold you back from doing amazing things in your life and accomplishing all these great things that you set out to do, right? So you just, in those moments that you're feeling like you're getting challenged or you're getting triggered from circumstances, or these bad thoughts are coming back up about your self-concept, in those moments, all you want to do is just use one of your previous, if you know what your core beliefs are that you're working on for self-concept, or that you've already worked on and you've made major progress on already, use one of those, a few of those affirmations, to 1 or 2 or like 6 or 7 or as many as you need, to exile those thoughts that are coming up, to sort of like get rid of them quickly and remind yourself that you are the new self-concept now. The old self-concept is not, you don't need it anymore to keep you safe, right? You don't need to, you can, sometimes I would say to say thank you to it, right? Like just say, okay, I appreciate you. I don't need you anymore to keep me safe though. This is the new me. And just remind yourself of the new you by doing the, a couple of the affirmations. I even need to still do it, even though I've made enormous shifts in my life, from like having a lot of kind of volatility with my living environments, just because I had that sort of belief from growing up in a volatile environment around alcoholism and things like that. So I was creating that in my adult life until I worked on self-concept, and now I have a very calm living environment, right? So, but that was a result of like fully going super hard on self-concept. And even though I've made such progress, I still get moments where I'm being challenged. The old self-concept wants to come up and like tell me what to do, you know, kind of thing, or like limit me or tell me, you know, this is how it's always been kind of thing. Because think about it, you did get programmed for quite a while, right, about your life and how it was, you know, how it was a certain way. So I just wanted to say that to the people who do get challenged sometimes with self-concept, because it's not like it's one and done and you're just done once you do it, right? There's little challenges can come up, and you just need to have the awareness to look at it and know what it is, and not get swallowed in the illusion of it trying to take you back to your old self, right? You want to just choose the new you, choose the new self-concept, and just almost like move on from it. And the more that happens, the more used to it you'll be, and it'll get easier and easier to recognize, oh, that's just old me happening. Okay, I know what to say, I know what to do, and then it's quicker, you know, you just get over it super quick and you can move right on. So the other thing I wanted to say was, so along with the self-concept stuff, I was going to ask you guys if you wanted a more detailed rendition, like a rundown of my like journey through my self-concept. It seemed like you guys liked that video, but I didn't want to trigger people, because I'd have to probably put like a trigger warning on it, because there would be some words that I would say that can evoke stress in people. So it would be like a trigger warning video if I go into detail of like the things that I had to go through and what I changed. But because I have such massive changes, it would also be very educational to see like where I was and to where I was in my life, and then what I used, basically affirmations for each thing, and how it transpired to where I am now, right? So it'd be kind of very educational and probably very helpful, because I would just go into detail about that. But if you guys want that kind of a thing, or that seems good like to some of you, just comment and let me know down below if that sounds like you'd like that. Otherwise, I probably won't do it, because not that I have an issue sharing. I think it's good to educate, but I wouldn't do it if people are like worried about hearing kind of like violent things, or, you know, some of the stuff that could be, you know, triggering for people. Okay, so that was the other thing I wanted to ask you guys. And then the other thing I was gonna say was, I'm just trying to read my notes here. Let's check. This was just sort of like a check-in video, and I actually wanted to, the other thing I was going to ask, and this wasn't even on here, is would you like some Neville, would you guys like more Neville based stuff, like actually from his books, things that I've kind of like earmarked or highlighted that I could read and just interpret for you guys? Would that be something you guys would like? Anyway, please let me know, because I'm trying to see what you guys would want to hear from me. I've got a lot of sort of experience, and I just started doing this on YouTube, so it's kind of like I just want to know what you guys would like. Okay, and then the last thing I was going to say was, let's see, okay, so I was thinking like the tools. I was talking about law of assumption and the tools. Okay, yes, so that was like backtracking. So I already kind of said this, but when I found law of assumption, I finally felt like I had the tools to actually shift my life, whereas law of attraction was just like kind of airy-fairy in a way. Like I just didn't feel like I had enough information to actually make these huge changes in my life. So I think anyway, that was just obviously just closing up that one. And then the next thing I was going to say about this, because people are really kind of like focused on the 3D, and I was going to say, if you're taking your cues from the outer world, like you're taking your cues from the 3D. You have switched. I kind of wanted to say this in a very different way so you guys can really take this to heart and not do it anymore. And I thought of a way to say it. So you literally are taking your cues, if you're looking at the 3D and analyzing it or thinking about it at all, even for 30 seconds, you're taking your cues from out there, right? You're like getting your information from out there, where all of your information should be coming from in here, right? From 4D, from the mind, from the subconscious, from your thoughts, from your environment in here. So you never want to be reversing the mechanism, right? So it's almost like when you even pay any attention to the 3D, you end up reversing the mechanism, and instead of it going from here to there, it goes from there to here, and it's like you're using your 3D to inform you, which is like the opposite of the direction that it's meant to go in, right? And like we see this all the time, like we're just literally retraining. I mean, we see this all the time with just normal people, right? Is what I meant to say. But we're literally retraining from our whole life of taking the cues from out here. We always get our information from out there, like, oh, they're doing that, oh, they said that, oh, this opportunity isn't available, right? Like taking our cues from the 3D, and we're switching it back to the way it's meant to be. It's like a reversal. And this can, we can get caught up again, right? It's like the way we've been thinking about it can take us, right? Can hijack us and bring us back to that other way of thinking, which is taking our cues from out there. But we just want to keep reversing it until we're not faced with that kind of thing anymore. We're not faced with the reversal anymore. We want to get it going in the right direction, is what I meant to say, what I mean to say. So we want to go from here out. We want to take all of our cues from in here. This is where we get our cues. This is the real place. This is what's real. And the irony is, this is the place that doesn't have anything that seems real, right? Out there seems like that's where all the things are happening. But actually, in actuality, all the things are happening here. And I just wanted to say that the 3D is like a house of cards. It's like a feather blowing in the wind. It's like a puff of clouds. It's like a mirage. It's like a cartoon, just a fake cartoon. It's like, I don't know how many ways I can say it, but it's literally like this fabricated world, a illusionary world that's from in here. This is the truth. This is the real place. So we want to just continuously reminding ourselves to take our cues from here. Take the cues from here. Don't take any cues from out there, because all that is coming from here. It came from here anyway. So we want to start with this and make everything come from here and not take any cues from outside of ourselves. Okay, I just wanted to basically just reminding you guys. Okay, so let me know about what you would like, if you want me to do like Neville quotes and like read from his books. I'd love to go back into Neville. I started reading Neville like 10 years ago, so there's some stuff I'd like to refresh myself on anyway, and it would be good and fun for me too. So let me know if you'd like that. And also, let me know if you're interested in hearing like the full version, with more details about my self-concept, because I think it would be educational to see how much I actually changed and kind of like the details about it. But again, there is some like violent things that happened, and things that could be very sensitive topics for certain people. So I just want to be careful about that and not do it if people don't want to hear it. Okay, so let me know. Thumbs me up if you love it, and if you love Neville and changing your life, transformation, stick around. I'd love to have you guys. Bye guys.